Okay, so this is just going to be a real quick tutorial covering the scaling and dimensioning in Rhino, so you guys can make sure everything is, if you've been tracing your pattern screen, you can get it to the right scale here. So I have Robin Tank's project up to this point, and we're looking at each one of these guys, and I've already manipulated each one of these things. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get these to the scale so we can actually get this prepared for the analysis tool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start by drawing a box that is the appropriate size. Before that though, we need to make sure our units are set up properly. So if we click on the cogwheel up at the top, we can set our model units under the Units tab of the document properties to inches. We can increase the tolerance a little bit, always a good idea. And then we can hit OK. If you want to change your grid or anything like that, you can also do that from this menu. So we'll hit OK. So our model, we confirmed that our models are in inches. If you are actually adjusting, say you've been working in millimeters, which is pretty common, it'll ask you if you want to scale. If you have been working, say, by units, 12 by 12, and it asks you if you want to scale it up, then you want to hit no. If you have been working, typing in dimensions, 12 inches by 12 inches, and then in that case you do want to actually scale it. So, and that'll be a little bit confusing as I explain it, but once you guys actually try it, you'll see that either it's going to become very, very small or very, very large if you answer that question wrong, and you just hit Control-Z, redo the command, and then answer it the opposite way. Okay, so as we come in here, we can start to go here, and the first thing we have up at the top under the standard guy here, we have all of our dimensioning tools. So I can click and I can drag that out. We can do linear dimensions, so up and down, left and right, horizontal, vertical. We can do angled dimensions as well. I'm not going to go into this. You guys can start to get a sense of how these things work. Oh, let's see here. There we go. So we can do that. And there, that first guy is the one that you probably want to use. As you guys want to take angled dimensions, you can measure angles, things like that. And you can play around with the tools. They're pretty quick to figure out as you go through it. So I'm going to go ahead and just close through this. I'll close that up. Sorry. And then I'm going to dimension to actually see if I'm anywhere near. And if I'm in inches, I've already confirmed my units, and I can see that I'm gargantuan, right? I'm way over the size that I need to be for the project here. Good news is though I am basically square. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just delete these dimensions because I don't need them really to do the scaling. Then I'm going to draw a box that actually is the appropriate scale. Okay, 12, and I'm going to ask you can follow the prompts up at the top. So I hit 12 as the width, and then I can type 12 as the height. Since my units are in inches, this is now 12 by 12. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and then lock that geometry by typing lock. So I can't edit or move that in any way. And then I'm going to take the screen geometry or curves, and I'm going to go ahead and move that. You notice I've got my snapping to that endpoint, and I'm going to zoom in on one of these other endpoints here and actually snap it right to that guy. Now at this point we're going to use the scaling tool, and I'll do this one way, and then I'll show you with the other screen how to do it the other way. We can hit scale, and whatever dimension we want to scale within, we have to know the length of something, and we can set that to match the length of the geometry we want to scale it to. So we can come in here, and I'm just going to go grab the opposite corner. You can see that that's starting to scale down. When we zoom in, we know that we want this to fit this other corner. And so from there, we can take that and drag that off. And then our guy is literally set up here. Okay? And so the other way of going about that is we can say we have this guy moved over here, and we want to scale this, and we know the length of something that we want this to be scaled by. So we come in here, we can click and grab each one of these, and we say we didn't want to draw the box, but we know that that dimension is ultimately supposed to be 12 inches. You can just type 12, and it'll scale that down to be exactly 12 inches. Okay. Likewise, if you are actually looking to scale by a proportion, you can define a scaling point and say, oh, well, I'm at 6 by 6, and just type in a scaling factor, and you can see it's asking you for that up there. So you can just go, I want this to be twice as big, and it'll do that as well. Okay, and so that's how the scaling tool is going to get your work and set up, and also the dimensioning. So we can come over here and just test and make sure. All right, and we're 12 and Well, good news. All right, so we're all set up.